what, sending people to prison that had done nothing wrong?
No, it wasn't like that.
That's what you just said.
No, I'm not saying they didn't do anything wrong. They had a history.
Well, what does that mean?
Well, they knew the score.
I think I've listened to all I want, thank.
Kathy, listen to me, listen. I never fitted anyone up.
What are you talking about? Make your mind up. I mean, one minute you're in there hands-on, the next...
But I didn't get involved, not directly. I swear. I'm not saying there weren't times when I wanted to, there were. When some sicko's sitting there smiling at you because he knows he's going to walk away scot-free, then you're tempted. You know? Come on, let's go. Albert Square, please, Walford.
Just take these upstairs.
OK.
All right.
Eddie?
Yeah.
Can I have a word?
Sure.
Look, I had a bit of a run-in earlier on.
Who with?
A policeman.
What about?
Well, he was coming on a bit strong with one of the customers, so I told him what I thought. And then he had a bit of a go at me.
Is that what happened?
Yeah. I said he should have kept out of it.
I think you did the right thing. If I'd have been you, I hope I'd have done exactly the same.
You what?
I will not have them coming in here intimidating my customers, all right?
Not too early for you, is it?
For me, I was worried about you.
How early a rise than me? I like to keep on top of things.
A van of action.
Yeah, it's been said.
Well, this is it.
Bit of a state, innit?
Surface.
Yeah, well, it affects the price.
Not from where I'm standing.
Look, Sharon, you're a very together young lady.
Oh, thank you.
But when it comes down to business dealings...
Yeah?
You've got a bit to learn.
And you're going to teach me, are you?
I knew you'd understand.
Oh, I understand, Grant. I understand perfectly.
Right. So, how much do you want?
Serious?
Well, having given the place the once over again and considering the state of it, and taking into account that you're such a well put-together piece of work, I'm prepared to offer you the asking price.
Oh?
Minus £5 grand.
Visitors. Why didn't you come a little earlier? You could have watched me shave.
You have a nice night?
Very pleasant, thank you. You?
So. I'm the same trouble as you by the looks of things. I couldn't sleep. I had a few things on my mind.
You get him a cup of tea, Dad, will you? Do you want to come this way?
We've been looking at some figures for your crime squad. From late 1986 to autumn 87, they're very impressive.
It was a very good squad.
Lots of convictions.
That was our job, nailing criminals.
What you may not remember is what the squad was set up to deal with. Major crime. You got a lot of convictions for the small stuff, but not a lot of convictions for the big stuff.
You do see what Superintendent Millward's getting at, don't you?
No.
I think you do, Eddie. Talking about two things here. One is falsifying evidence and statements so as to get a conviction. And two, his officers receiving payment in return for dropping the more serious charges.
That's ridiculous. No one received any payment from criminals.
Well, I'm telling you that was the case. You can tell me it wasn't if you want.
I'm telling you, it wasn't the case. Who's your informant?
Nobody you'd know. He claims there were other irregularities.
Such as?
Tea. Sugar?
Nice.
Sugar?
Nice.
What other irregularities?
Payment by certain persons for knowledge of the squad's movements, while the rest of the force were out there breaking their necks trying to nail them. You lot were warning them off?
Not me.
Who then?
I don't know.
Fitting up a few well-known villains, making sure they get what they deserve, I can begin to understand. But letting them off, that's a different thing altogether.
I have nothing to say.
I put it to you that you were receiving money from various persons who were then able to avoid arrest.
That is not true.
Well, if it isn't, you must feel pretty stupid, my old son. Because you were being used. And that can't be very nice. You went to court. You got pushed out of your job. You're getting hassled now, and for what? To protect some bent copper who's sitting pretty on dirty money. We're not talking old Bill loyalty here, Eddie. We're talking gross stupidity.
This is getting us nowhere.
Agreed.
Right. Tonight we're going to meet and sort this thing out for once and for all.
Oh, I'm sorry, Grant, not tonight. Look, I don't know what's happening with Eddie at the moment. It wouldn't be right.
OK, this afternoon.
If you want.
We'll be in touch again quite soon.
I can't wait.
When you've had time to think things over.
There is nothing to think over.
Now that I can't believe.
I won't stay. I'll see you about 2:30, all right, Sharon?
Make it 2:45.
Yeah, all right.
Mitchell, isn't it? Philip Mitchell.
Grant, actually.
That's right. Grant.
Thank you, Dad, for the tea.
See you.
You wouldn't believe it.
Why, what's the matter? What did he say?
They've accused me of taking a bribe. I should have hit him.
A bribe? Well, I'd have hit him if I'd have been there.
I don't mind them thinking I fitted up a few villains, but bribes?
Fitting up villains? But you always said you never got involved.
I didn't get involved.
So what are you talking about?
Difference, Dad. That's what I'm talking about. The difference. I never agreed with fitting up villains, but I could accept it. What I can't accept is taking a bribe to let them roam the streets.
But you knew it was going on.
The fitting up, yes.
So why don't you just tell them all that you know and get them off your back? Because if you carry on saying nothing, you're just going to lose all that you've got.
If I so much as utter a word, Dave Penton won't get a look in with the promotion board.
Oh, for heaven's sake, will you forget about your old loyalties? Think about your own skin, just for a change.
What's wrong?
You. What happened last night?
When?
In the pub, with the policeman.
Oh, it was nothing.
Mrs. Cotton took great delight in telling me all about it this morning.
Oh, no, Eddie said I did right.
I don't care what Eddie says. What does he know about right or wrong? He seems to spend half his life down at the police station.
Now, wait a minute. I stuck up for someone last night because the police was giving them a hard time. Eddie would have been perfectly within his rights to have had a go at me, but he didn't. It's his business that might have been affected, Mom. I think you ought to praise the man, not come out against him.
So far, this family hasn't done too badly. We've had a few problems, but no more than anyone else. Well, I don't want it going wrong now. And I don't want any more run-ins with the police.
Well, I'm sorry to disappoint you. But if it happens again, I'll do exactly the same again. You might want to turn your back on things, but don't expect me to.
Well, here I am. Where are we going?
Well, every time we start talking around here, we come to a full stop. So there's this nice little restaurant, I know, where we can natter away to our heart's content. Yeah, we'll get in.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm not.
What are you doing here?
This place has the best curry this side of the Taj Mahal.
Curry.
You'd hardly come here for chicken in the basket, would you?
Yeah, but curry in the middle of the afternoon?
What's wrong with that?
Well,
Look, the problem with most people is the only time they ever eat curry is after they've knocked 9 pints of lager down their throat. I mean, how can you appreciate anything when your taste buds are about as sensitive as a pair of Doc Martens?
yeah, but...
Don't have to eat. You can sit and watch me if you want.
Oh, I'm honoured.
Hello, Stanley, mate. How's it going? I think we'll have one of your large mixed starters, done all back on the poppadoms, a nice bottle of chilled Chablis, and I think we'd best have a pint and a half of lager. They know me here. I'm one of their best customers.
A secret curry eater, eh? What else do you keep secret?
Well, not many people know this, but I'm heavily into opera, ballet, and I'm quite partial to the occasional art gallery.
Listen, Dave, they're not bluffing. They've got information.
But in my squad? I can't believe it.
Well, you weren't to know.
Look, if one of my officers so much as thinks about taking a bribe, I should know. That's my business.
What are you going to do, blame yourself?
Oh, should I blame you?
No,
Dead
but-
right, no. Yet it's you that's having to take all the flack.
Well, that's the way it goes.
Like last time. Wrong man again.
Do you know, I don't think they've got any concrete information. Like you said, they're just blowing in the wind.
Makes no difference. That's it. They'll hang in there now until they run out of steam. That could take forever. I might just as well kiss goodbye to that promotion.
No way, go for it. If anyone deserves that job, you do. Ask any copper out there. They know that.
Unfortunately, they're not on the promotion board. One whiff of corruption in my direction, and that'll be it.
Well, where's that going to come from, eh? Not from me, that's for certain. Nobody's going to so much as mention your name. Go for it, Dave. You've got nothing to lose.
And what about you, Eddie? How long can you keep this up, eh? How long without any punters coming in your pub? A few weeks at the most? I don't suppose your pocket could stand even that, could it?
I'll manage.
Yeah, but you shouldn't have to. I could take them off your back.
What?
I should go to them. If somebody on my squad was on the take, then I want to know who it was, and I want to know now. Let's open the whole thing up.
That's just revenge.
No, it's not. It's pride. Professional pride. We were a good squad, Eddie. It's the shame of my life that it all went sour.
And mine.
And yet I don't believe that what we did was wrong.
What was wrong was the system. The same system that allows a guy to beat a woman up and get away scot-free. The same system that might not allow you to get the job that's rightfully yours. The same system that screwed up my life.
I'll tell you what, Eddie. I'd love you to come round and see Eileen and the girls again. It'd do you the world of good.
Well, shouldn't we wait till the dust settles a bit?
Yeah. Shame you can't come round tomorrow night. It's Lucy's 18th. She's having a pool party. Her friends, a few mums and dads, should be a good night.
A pool party?
Yeah, we had one put in for her. You know how mad she was about swimming?
Yeah.
When was the last time you came to see us then?
4 or 5 years.
No, we didn't have it then. Well, I'd best be getting back.
Yeah, listen, Gov. Don't do anything rash, will you? About going to see MS-15. I've got an idea. And it might just come to something.
Okay.
Bill, please, Stanley. Did Wixie ever take you out for a curry in the middle of the afternoon?
No. Ever take you out for one?
I tried, but he's not my type.
And what is your type?
Me, I haven't really got a type. I like all sorts, especially the blue ones with licorice in them.
You must have a preference.
No, my headmaster wouldn't give me one.
I said preference.
There you are, sir.
Oh, cheers, Stanley. Oh, preference. Yeah, I've got a preference.
Well?
Well, I'm not telling you, am I?
Why not?
Well, you might nick my idea.
What?
My wallet. I can't find my wallet.
Not that old gag.
Look, it's not a gag. Someone's had it away, someone's nicked it. I don't believe this.
Well, look, you sure it's not there?
Yeah, of course I'm sure. Look, I'm sorry.
God, talks about buy me flat, can't even buy me a meal.
I, don't suppose you could, help us out.
You're late.
Only 10 minutes.
People have been mugged and raped in less than that.
Get it for ya.
Oh, you stink of curry. Hello. You didn't let him take you for a curry, did you?
Yeah, and he couldn't even pay the bill.
He's such a slob. I'm not surprised he hasn't got a girlfriend. So did you fix the price on the flat then? You didn't even talk about it, did you?
Look, another word from you, and you're walking home.
Don't say another word. Yeah, put your seatbelt on.
Eddie.
How did you know I was here?
I'm an ex-detective inspector, remember?
Nothing's happened, has it?
Like what?
I don't know. I just wasn't expecting you.
MS-15 been to see you again, have they?
No.
Do you want this thing put into bed?
You know I do.
Then it's down to you.
What are you talking about?
I want you to come clean.
Do me a favor.
I've had enough.
You can have had so much you're oozing
I
out of
mean
you,
it.
but if you think I'm going to come clean to do 7 years or more, you must be off your rocker.
Were you on the take?
What?
Someone was on the take.
Where does that one come from?
MS-15. And you and me and Penton seem to be hot favourites.
So what?
Was it you?
You're off your rocker.
Well,
go away, Eddie. Sleep it off. I want to know. You'd have been better off joining us, wouldn't you? Then you wouldn't feel the need to carry this great big cross around with you everywhere.
I can handle it.
That's a matter of opinion.
Who was on the take?
Not me. I did what I did simply to get my figures up. I wanted promotion because promotion meant more money. Pure and simple, not too hard to work out. But I did not take any backhanders. Not a penny. If it makes you feel any better, come on. Knock me around a bit. But it won't change that. Think about it, Mr. Ex-Detective Inspector. If I'd have been on the take, do you think I'd be here doing this?
One of us was on the take, and I want to know who.
It's here at last. I put a bit of pressure on the brewery. Through here, mate, and up the stairs.
Look, about last night.
Yeah, what about it?
I didn't mean to cause a problem.
Well, you didn't, as far as I know. Cheers, mate.
But there's a lot of talk going around. Doesn't it worry you?
Does it worry you?
Well, you know, it worries my mum.
Well, Eddie gets up, so it's none of my business.
Yeah, but what if it all turns
mate.
bad?
Like how?
Well, he goes down or something. I mean, you're out of a job.
Well, then I'll be a bit sick, I suppose. Not for me, but for Eddie. He's been all right to me. He'll have to have shot a nun in the back for me to go against him. Yes, mate.
Come on. I'm sorry. Did I wake you up?
I just wondered who it was.
Do you want a cup of tea?
No, thanks.
I'll try and keep the noise down.
It's not going to go away, is it?
Doesn't look like it, no.
Eddie, what do they want from you?
Information?
Do you have it?
Probably enough to get them off my back, yeah.
So tell them what they want to know.
It's not that simple.
Why?
There are other people involved.
Well, there's other people involved here.
But don't you think I haven't thought of that? Do you think I want to throw all this up? Do you think I want to just...
Wait a minute. Throw it up. What are we talking about?
Selling the Vic, Sharon. You know, when I quit the force, the thought of starting afresh, an East End boozer, me being my own boss, that's what kept me going. Now I can kiss goodbye to all this lot.
Serious, aren't you?
Believe me, Sharon, I have no alternative. There is nowhere else for me to go. I've tried everything. I can't take the Med on all by myself. If I say anything, my ex-governor, and he's a great mate and a close friend, will lose the chance of a lifetime. And if I don't say anything, within a matter of weeks, I'll lose the Queen Vic. That's for sure.
So what are you going to do?
I don't know. I should do, but I don't know.
Oh, Clyde, here. What time did Eddie get back last night? And has the brewery been to see, Wixie yet?
The brewery?
Well, that's what I heard they was planning.
And what would the brewery want to see Simon about?
Well, to take over the Vic, of course. I mean, they've got to see someone. He's the obvious choice, with Eddie going. I mean, you can't have a pub, can you, if you've got a criminal record?
Eddie hasn't got a criminal record.
Well, he has nearly.
Well, it's not the same as having one, is it?
Oh, I always did wonder, how he got hold of the pub in the first place. I mean, he pulled a few strings, I expect. Well, I mean, they're all in league, aren't they? Everyone knows that. Anyway, that pub should have been Sharon's, what with Den and that. Might just have kept that Wixie on the straight and narrow. Here, look. What did I tell you? Well, if we see him again, I'll be very much surprised.
How's your memory, Eddie?
Pretty good.
Let me give you a couple of clues. The evening of June the 16th, 87. Major arrest is due to take place. A bloke called Sullivan, responsible for a series of raids on building societies, one of which left a security man dead, another a cashier blinded for life.
I had nothing to do with that case.
Oh, you remember it?
Oh, yeah, I remember it.
Your mate Laker was off by himself.
Oh, I doubt if he was by himself.
That's right, he tells it different. He says he was with a PC. He wasn't, but that's another story. He busted a small-time pusher for possession of heroin. Starting to ring a bell.
Go on.
You were back at the station filling in a report on an abortive porno raid and a dead girl you discovered earlier.
Where's all this leading?
You remember filling in the report on the girl?
Yeah, I remember filling it in.
Good. Well, keep thinking, Eddie, because I think we might be getting warm.
June the 16th, 1987. According to our report, or should I say your report, at 6 o'clock you were still at the station.
Well, if that's what it says...
Well, that's what it says. Just after 6, also at the station, a tactical briefing was about to take place as regards to the apprehending of Sullivan.
I've already told you I wasn't on that case.
Well, who knows? If you had been, the squad might have got a result. As he was, Sullivan slipped the net.
Well, some you win and
Some you lose on purpose. He was tipped off.
You can't be sure.
Yes, we can. 6 o'clock, information was received as to Sullivan's whereabouts. That's logged. At 6:15, when that briefing session was over, he'd packed his bags and was away. Someone had phoned Sullivan between 6 and 6:15.
Not me.
Who then?
I don't know.
Well, we can narrow the field down. Laker could have made that call, but it's unlikely he knew anything about the intended arrest. He was out of the station when it all started to happen. The rest of the squad didn't know anything about it till the briefing session began, so that leaves you free to dial away.
I didn't know Sullivan. I had no dealings with the man or the case.
At 6:10, you left the station to join Laker, is that right?
Sounds about right.
Did you make a phone call before you left the station?
Not that I can remember.
Then the only other person that could have made that call and knew about the situation was Superintendent Penton, as he was then.
Which is what this is all about.
The information of Sullivan's whereabouts was passed to him as soon as he came through. He immediately organised a briefing session with the members of the squad who were available, which, as we know, didn't include you or Laker. Penton could have made that call before the briefing session began.
He could have done, but he didn't.
What was to stop him slipping into an office and picking up a phone?
Because I was with him before the session.
Are you sure?
Penton never made a phone call, take my word for it.
How can you be so sure?
Because Penton never made any phone calls at that time. In fact, he even asked me to make a phone call for him. A personal call. Before I went to meet Laker.
Why did you never tell us about this before?
Because I've forgotten all about it until you started talking about phone calls, that's why.
So you made a call for Penton from the station?
Yes. No, not from the station. It was from a phone box.
Why not the station?
Because Laker phoned in and asked me to get to him quick, and I was halfway there before I remembered that I had to make this phone call for Penton.
Who was the call to?
His daughter, Lucy.
Can you remember the message?
Yeah. It was, he couldn't pick her up because he was going to be late.
And that was it?
Yeah.
Nothing else?
It must have been because he was tied up with the Sullivan job.
He couldn't pick her up because he was going to be late?
Yeah.
And you gave his daughter this message personally?
Yeah.
Are you sure, Eddie?
Yeah.
Penton.
Yeah. Lucy Penton.
What date was it?
June the 16th, 1987.
No, she stopped coming here in November '86.
Eddie! What are you doing here?
I can never resist a party. Well, you did invite me.
Well, isn't it a bit risky?
We need to talk.
Couldn't you wait till tomorrow?
No. No, we could talk on the doorstep, but I think it'd be better if I came in.
Yeah, sure. Come in.
Very nice.
Should we go through?
How long have you had the pool? The pool? How long have you had it?
Well, I told you. We had it put in, what, the end of '86?
You know what? In a way, I was hoping you weren't going to say that.
Oh, you don't think I took a backhander so I could pay for a swimming pool?
No, not just a pool.
All right. Who's been telling you what? You shouldn't listen, Eddie.
I worked it out all on my own. All on my own. Do you remember Sullivan?
No, should I?
Yes, you should. I tipped him off for you.
Eddie, it's my daughter's 18th birthday party now. If you could stop messing about...
I'm not messing about. I'm deadly serious. June the 16th, 1987, a Tuesday. Does it ring a bell? Does it ring a bell?
No.
The night Eddie Royal was made a patsy. You saw me coming, didn't you?
Get to the point, Eddie.
I made a phone call for you. You gave me the number. Leave a message for Lucy. She's at the local swimming club. Tell her I won't be able to pick her up. I'm going to be late. Who did I really speak to, eh? Was it Sullivan himself? You were on a sure bet there, weren't you? I wasn't attached to the case. And I wouldn't have known Sullivan if I'd have tripped over him. Let alone recognized his voice.
Eddie, this is ridiculous.
No, it's not. It's very clever. Was it the first thing that came into your head, was it? I didn't think anything of leaving a message for Lucy. And Sullivan must have immediately realized something was wrong. And then today, I suddenly thought. I thought, now, why is Lucy using the local swimming baths when you had your own pool?
To train.
No, she didn't. I checked.
And that's what this is all about, eh?
Yes.
Well, it doesn't add up to much, does it?
It does to me.
And what are you going to do with your evidence?
That depends on you.
How much do you want?
What? It's not about money! If it was about money, I'd have taken the money when it was there!
What else is there?
I thought you were a great copper, a good guy. I couldn't have been more wrong. I want you out of the force.
You wouldn't cross on me, Eddie. You'd go down as well.
Now, what do you think I have been doing for the last 3 years of my life? I was forced to resign because of you so that you could go to the top, where you could take even bigger bribes and let even nastier people off the hook. I'm sorry, old pal. I am gonna nail you no matter what the cost to me.
Look, Eddie, can't we just talk this through?
No, we can't, old pal.
This is my life, Eddie.
And it was mine! My life! So I know exactly how you feel.
Eddie.
Dad, you can... Eddie.
Hello, Lucy.
I didn't know you were here. Someone could have told me. Can I get you a drink or something?
No, thanks. I can't stay. Some other time, eh?
All right. See you in a minute, Dad.
Yeah.
Lucy, happy birthday.
Thanks.
Eddie, please. For Lucy's sake. You couldn't see me sent down.
It's a tough choice, but I've made it.
Eddie. Eddie!
And now, you can make yours. Hello. Detective Superintendent Millwood, please.
My choice?
Yeah. Just like the one I had to make 3 years ago.
Resign?
Yeah. You want me to talk to him? Or you?
So you thought you disturbed my beauty sleep?
Well, you don't need it as much as the rest of us.
Because you've been awake all night.
I've got this decision to make. And I thought I'd ask your advice.
What do you mean about grassing on your mates or moving away?
Oh, no, that's all over and done with. I'm staying.
Well, what is this big problem?
It's about the lettering. What do you think? Do you think I should have it done in gold leaf?
Next on Drama, Warren Clark and Colin Buchanan star as a pair of mismatched detectives with differing approaches to investigations. Stay with us for DL and Pasco.